34 seconds to go. They're all lined up for the tide run. They're going to have a bit of space. There's a lot less disturbed wind out there now. There's less boats around. What do Robertson and Annie Hager have lined up strategy-wise? It looks like they're trying to take the inside position. That means a shorter distance, but a slower angle to Mark 1. It's suggested to be the favourite option, though, and now it's 15 seconds out. The boats are up and foiling. They've all got the run-up. Jimmy Spithill's got the fastest angle, but he's going to have to sail further. Jam in the middle of the sandwich is New Zealand, and it's now all about timing. How's your timing, Jimmy Spithill? Coming in hot. I love the Australian position here. He should be able to convert this into a fast-forward mode and roll over the top of those other two boats. All of them late. Bad timing, but Australia's Jimmy Spithill's got it right. Advantage Australia.
So it's the green and gold out in front here at the event final of the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix. Just to Spithill's left are the Kiwis, and then the Crazy Canucks on the inside line. Can Phil Robertson at mark number 1 bring the gun smoke?
He's going to struggle from there, Todd. He's starting to now feel the effects of that big Australian wind sail, sending disturbed wind towards him at the moment. That will slow him up. Less wind, less speed. Simple facts there. He should hang on the inside of New Zealand, though, as Australia move away, and it's now all about, can the Australians keep it clean from here?
The Australians, the fastest boat on the course right now, 49 kilometres an hour. New Zealand not much slower, though. 20.
I think the interesting thing there as well is once you get down to this 3-boat final, it's not necessarily about how good your start is, it's just about is it better than everyone else. And I don't think any of the crews will be very happy with the start, but Jimmy had the best start, and there we go. First to manoeuvre is Australia, but New Zealand, well, they've got to try and make something happen now. They've turned the boat first, they're on the inside, and they've stayed on the foils. Numbers up on New Zealand here, they're foiling. Australia have messed it up, they're in the water. Canada are foiling. Who's going to be able to convert this, though? They're all back up and foiling. This race is far from done. Slight twitch and slight mistake by Australia, but I think they should be able to hang on from here.
Little NASCAR on water as they go 3 wide, approaching gate number 2, and Jimmy Spithill on the inside line has the speed back up now over 45 kilometers an hour as they approach the next gate. This is gate number 2, the Dubai gate.
I think we're going to see a left turn for Australia and Canada, and I would anticipate New Zealand setting up one more manoeuvre and turning right. Now, in the so far today, the left turn's been good. You save a manoeuvre here, Australia, but New Zealand will split, I would imagine now. Try and find more wind, different wind on the other side of the course. What are Canada going to do? Canada split as well. They cover off New Zealand. Great news for Australia, I think, that neither boat could quite make it to gate 2 straight. Big gains for the Australians.
High mode. Trying to stay foiling though.
So Australia has the lead, Canada in second, 13 seconds behind, and the Kiwis now rounding as well, 21 seconds in the rear of the Australians.
And the Kiwis won't like, because they've had to follow a boat out round the mark. They're sailing in that turbulent, disturbed wing off the boat in front, so New Zealand has to manoeuvre. What New Zealand needs now is space if they're going to have any chance to catch Australia.
And it's good news right now for the Australian team with slightly more wind on the top of the screen than the Canadians on the left side of the course. But all to play for still.
There's not a lot in it, Todd. Look at this. Australia have the right of way, but New Zealand are coming back not too far away from them. No boats here are foiling, so they're all about minimising manoeuvres and minimising distance. And to my eye, it's New Zealand sailing the angle that's progressing them up the course the quickest at the moment, which would suggest maybe they're nicely aligned up with the wind shifts. So Australia look to get on the foils. Big moment in the race here. Australia are foiling. They've burnt a lot of distance to make it happen. Short-term loss. Will it be a long-term gain to the Aussies as Canada take the lead provisionally on the water right now?
Ship on, guys, ship on.
To get fast enough there, Todd, to get on the foils, they had to sail a lot of extra distance. That was what caused their lead change, but now, of course, they're probably going nearly 10, 15 kilometres an hour quicker. More than that. Here we go. Advantage New Zealand. Advantage to the Aussies here, but as they're close to the boundary, they're going to have to give room to Canada. They will have to turn on board Australia. Jimmy's going to ask the question to the umpires, but I think Canada were close enough to the boundary to be protected, and this race is really tight. It was a bit of a loss trying to get on the foils here. It's not quite windy enough, 13 kilometres an hour, top left of the screen, and well, it's really, really tight. This is classic match race stuff here.
We've got a big cross coming, Stevie. Look at this, the Kiwis on the right-hand side, the Australians and the Canadians are all going to converge right in the center of the course.
They are, and it's going to be right of way with the Kiwis at the moment. However, I think those two boats are far enough. 1.5 ahead. But good news for New Zealand is if you are behind, you want to be sailing the opposite direction. Because, oh, here we go. New Zealand are fast enough to foil. This is a big move for the Kiwis now. They're up and foiling. They're going to look to get round the other two boats.
We can see here that the Australians have committed to that high but slow mode. So they're sailing less distance by making their way up the ladder lines, but their speed is down at 21 kilometers an hour.
It's so hard though, when you're near another boat, it's hard not to be affected by the other boat. Be that turbulent wind affecting you and directly slowing you down, or be that mentally affected of, like, I want to beat this guy, I'm going to just take them out. And I think here you can see the Canadians and the Aussies are a bit tied together, which should be an advantage for New Zealand because they can sail their own race, sail free and fast, but still, you'd rather be sat on first position right now in control of things. But New Zealand, they're moving up the leaderboard. Look, they're up to second on paper, and they will be the fastest boat, I'd have thought, right now.
This is the event final, the final race of the day at the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix. It is Australia out in front, New Zealand second, Canada currently sitting in third. There you see the wind holding steady at 13.8 kilometers across the entire course. They'll make this gate, then it's down to the next gate, and their right turn to the finish line.
Yeah, crucial moment now. Next boat on the foils wins this event, I think. That would be my call. Can New Zealand get up on the foils? They're coming in here. They have the inside. That could also be a crucial factor. New Zealand will be allowed to turn left inside Australia and Canada should it be tight. Look how slow it is. Fastest boat is New Zealand. They have the right of way, but will they choose to turn left, or do they think they can get clear across in front?
Okay, we're going to foil in this one. Speed's coming quick.
I think New Zealand are going to try and go behind and get on the foils here. They're going to try and dip behind Canada and Australia and split the course with them, but they're going to hope to be on the foil. They are foiling. New Zealand, Australia are going to be slow here. Right of way, Canada on the inside, turns them up now. Can New Zealand make it round this neck? They're trying desperately to foil, but I think they might have forced it too hard. They're struggling here. Canada in great shape, up on the foils. Always advantage Canada.
And Australia right behind them. They are up on the foils as well. The speeds come up as New Zealand splits the course. Let's go down on the water for this final leg at Lisa Darmanin.
All the way into this corner, okay? No more depth.
Anything can happen here. This is a repeat of last year. I think it really is going to go down to this final manoeuvre. I think we saw exactly the same thing, a big switch. I do think where the Kiwis are going has been more powerful during the day, but I think between Canada and Australia, it's going to be about the manoeuvres, Australia deciding to move first.
There go the Aussies. First to turn, top left of screen, New Zealand. They look like they're in good wind at the moment, but it is going to be about accuracy. New Zealand, have we found more wind? Australia, Canada, who's done the best manoeuvres?
Looking at the wind across the course, I'd say it's pretty even. It's only within half a kilometre an hour across the course, so it all comes down to how accurate they can be with their manoeuvres and how quickly they can be up on the foils.
The Kiwis nailed the turn there. They were the first to turn. They stayed on the foils, but so did Australia. And when they come back together, it's going to be Australia with the right of way over Canada, but the Canadians are on the crucial inside position.
Here we go. This is the penultimate leg. It'll be down to this next gate, a right-hand turn in front of the fans at the Adrenaline Lounge, and it'll be all on as the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix title is on the line. Here come the Kiwis streaking it at over 43 kilometers an hour.
Next boat to turn will be Australia. They'll have the right of way over Canada, and they'll be able to come back quickly at them. New Zealand, 2 more manoeuvres to do before the next mark, but they will potentially, if they're close enough, have the right of way. This is so tight. Australia need to nail this jibe if they've got a hope of winning. Here we go.
Jimmy Spithill calls for the turn.
He has the right of way. They stay on the foils just, but here go Canada. They're going to turn right in front of them. They play blocker. Can the Canadians stick this manoeuvre?
One hull down for the Canadians there.
Oh, the Aussies are foiling. They're going to be fast over the top. New Zealand, now they have the right of way if they can get into that yellow circle here. Advantage New Zealand for me as they come in. New Zealand with a last-minute dive. They've got the right of way on the inside and they hit this circle.
Look at this, the Kiwis as they come in. It is going to be tight at the corner. Who's going to give way?
Canada have got to give room to Australia and to New Zealand. Oh, there's going to be protests here, Todd.
This is the umpires. Penalty Canada, penalty Australia, not giving mark room.
And look how close they are.
Dive on the inside. New Zealand
Meters away as they come to the finish line. Who's going to have the pressure to win it? As they come up, look how close this is.
Oh, it's a laughing. New Zealand have got to keep clear of Australia now, and Canada on the outside, but they should have a penalty.
Canada crosses the line. Now who turns the boat? And it looks like the Emirates winning moment will go the way of the Kiwis.
I don't know. There's lots to be answered. Craig Mitchell's going to decide this. It's going to the umpires because there was so many penalty incidents in there. That unbelievable, incredible scenes here. Oh, I mean, wow. Yeah, to me, it's all in the umpires' hands. I could give it to any one of the three of them.
So don't pop the bubbly just yet. Emily Nagel, from your position, what do you think?
I'd have to agree with Stevie there about the Canadians definitely being in the wrong. But who that goes to over New Zealand or Australia, it's a close call.
And it will be officially the Emirates winning moment going to New Zealand, taking the win at the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix.
And that, to me, do you know what? That's the right call.
Yep.
They were on the inside. That Emirates winning moment, for me, should really be New Zealand's because they weren't given the room they were entitled to at the mark. Canada, fair play, pushed the limits, tried to squeeze it out. But yeah, what a race, Todd. It's not all over until it's over.
Absolutely. Just when you thought the Kiwis were on the outside looking in, when they split the course, they get up on the foils, they come in hot, and it looked like it was going to be between Australia and Canada at this point. And here they are at the finish line. Canada does cross the line first, but a penalty still to absolve. And watch this turn as Pete Burling we're talking a meter or two ahead of Jimmy Spithill and the Australians.
Pushing to the last second.
Yeah, look, what a great race. You know, it was very close the whole way through. I don't think any of us knew what the result was going into the end there. There were multiple rule complications with the gate down there near the adrenaline lounge. So, yeah, what a race.
And did you have fun sailing with the Aussies? Tricky racetrack.
It was a very tricky racetrack. I mean, I'm happy that I gave them a decent result in the overall, but I'm disappointed we didn't get the win. I mean, at this point, basically, this is my last event as a SailGP athlete, you know, so I'm basically retiring after this event. Clearly, I'm going to be heavily involved with the Italian team running it, but I think I'm at the stage now where I need to let some new talent come through. So I think it seems fitting to kind of end it with this team. You know, the last time I represented Australia was 23 years ago. So to complete the circle, finish this last event, it's been one hell of a ride, but that's it for me.
Thanks for everything you've done for the sport, and we'll see you soon on shore. Thanks, Jimmy.
Peter Burling and company. Pete, congratulations. Take us through that last gate, what you were seeing and what you were hearing from the other teams, because you were close enough to hear everyone's conversation.
Oh, you can hear me there, right? I'm not sure my comms are on.
You're good.
Good. No, it was, it was a bit of a nail-biter, wasn't it? I think as a team, we just made that little mistake at the back of the start box, put us on the back foot the whole way, but then just stayed out of phase right on the back of both boats the whole way around, managed to get the inside at the bottom. I thought there might have been a penalty on the boats outside us because that evasive manoeuvre we had to do at the bottom was pretty extreme, but stoked to walk away with the win.
Yeah, I think poor old Craig Mitchell's pretty stressed over those last few metres, Pete, and after what can only be described as probably a disappointing European leg for you, this must feel incredible to get the wheels back on the bus.
Yeah, well, whether you can describe it disappointing, I think the biggest disappointment was not getting to race for half of the European League, and I think today we've really showed what we've got as a team to put this wing back up, get over everything that happened in Saint-Tropez, come away with a win. I think it just proves how much depth we've got, and looking forward to the things to come.
Pete, how confident were you in the first day results that you guys had a 6th, a 2nd, and a 4th? Were you starting to think that maybe the event final weren't in your cards?
Oh, we're second overnight. Felt like every day we were going forward really quickly in the racing, sailing really well. Knew we just needed to get 2 kind of mediocre conservative starts, and we just took a pretty conservative line today. We've got a couple of solid starts, a couple of solid races to keep we've been saying it all along, you just got to make it through to the final. It's been a bit of our Achilles heel, but stoked once we made it there to cap it off with a win.
Pete, congratulations. Go enjoy with your team. You are the champions of the Emirates Dubai Sail Grand Prix, presented by P&O Marinas. So now the trophy presentation is on, and how about this? We're going outside the box. Chris Gale, international cricket player, taking to the water, Stevie, to hand off this beautiful trophy.
Yeah, I mean, he was a really aggressive fast bowler back in the day and a top-level athlete, so no surprise for him to be out there. Fantastic to see, and what a great scene we're getting here in Dubai. Great to have this happening. Strong unit. They had a tough first season. They had a fantastic season 3, but the wheels are back on the bus. This will do great things to their season standings. This will really get them moving up the ladder, that's for sure. And yeah, it shows the strength of the team, it shows the performance, but what I think it shows the strength of SailGP, that 3 boats can go round that final mark 50 meters from the line, tied together by a piece of string.
Now the celebration is really on. Pete Burling, wise enough to know to put his goggles on and hold that trophy high above his head. But what a performance, Emily, for New Zealand. Think about it. They missed an event, and now they're seriously a top 5 contender.